everyone. Welcome to the Do the Thing podcast. This is your host, Stacey Lauren. So this is funny. I'm sitting here on a Saturday with Dr. Nancy de Andrade and Debb Lins, who are both amazing, both community members and then also contributors to the Do the Thing community. And we are planning the vision casting workshop that we are doing for the community next Saturday. And we've been doing this for an hour and we've been planning this workshop. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? Let's do this like a normal expert panel, because what's cool about that is then we get into a different mindset. And so while we're already done planning the challenge, we're going to go ahead and just talk through it like we would at normal expert panel. And you know what they said? They said, yes, we are game into doing it. So anyway, so I'm really excited to introduce you guys to them, and we're going to just talk about this vision casting workshop and what our hopes are for it. So by the time we do it, then we're going to be able to utilize a lot of the things that we are doing. So I am welcoming Dr. Nancy de Andrade and Debb Lins to the show. Hey, ladies.
Woo! Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
The new portals are opening in the brain, and here we are chatting. So what are we really hoping for from this? Why are we even doing this? Why are we talking on a Saturday? We're here wanting to do this amazing vision casting workshop for the Do the Thing community. What is our reason? Just wondering for you guys why you're here, what you're hoping it will do.
Yeah, I think for me is allowing people to push beyond their boundaries and understand that what they want is possible, that they don't have to conform. They can just push themselves just a little bit and get what they want. And what we're helping them is getting them into that alignment so they understand how to do it, giving them hope and the tools to do it.
Absolutely. I think that my motivation is always about building connections and creating opportunities. And what a wonderful opportunity to get people out of their own comfort zone and really attract the beautiful souls that they're looking to create happy memories with.
Yeah. And I love that. I think for me, it's been so great to just have the opportunity to help people to think of what they want their life to be like, and not to just want a partner, right? And want someone that loves them, but really wants the person that's going to lift them up, encourage, inspire, and someone they can grow with. Because if you end up being with someone that is not in that same alignment as you, that's exhausting. And then you're losing out on all these opportunities in your life. Whereas when you're with someone that encourages, inspires you, and lifts you up, then you're unstoppable. Oh, I used your word, Deb. And then you're unstoppable at that point. It grew on me. Sorry. So let's talk about what we're hoping from the workshop. So we have 2 hours with the community, and it's going to be we have such a great plan, but what are our hopes people will get out of the workshop when they come to it?
I'm hoping that we can help our participants to let go of lack and focus on what they want to bring in. So we spend so much time looking back at what didn't work out and having all kinds of emotions around it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when we start to let go of that and we start to realize that we have the power to bring anything we want into our lives, and we don't worry so much about what we don't have, because we know in our heart of hearts that it is out there for us, we deserve it, and it's coming.
I love that. I want to say that a lot of people are hurt by past experiences, and sometimes they lose hope that they can evolve. And what I think this workshop is going to help them is to shift that, to let go of those negative emotions and maybe see what happened as a lesson for growth. We were talking earlier, and Deb was mentioning having a growth mindset and expanding beyond their comfort zone so they can shift their experiences, learn from that, and really experience pure love.
I'd love to see what you guys think about, because we pretty much planned it. We just have to now put it on paper and come up with it. What do you think, based on what we did, they're going to come away with after they leave the workshop?
I want to say a step-by-step plan on how to create the life that you want, but not just in relationships, but this is going to be sort of a formula that you can use in other areas of your life. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I love that, Dr. Nancy. And I think the other piece for me is, and I don't know about Dr. Nancy, but I know that Stacey, you and I are recovering people pleasers. So what I'm hoping another piece of this is that the person we're trying to please the most is ourselves in this workshop. We don't have to change or contort ourselves into a pretzel to be something right, perfect for someone else. We are perfect the way that we are, and the right people will be attracted to us. And so finding our voice and being able to state what it is we want, what inspires us, what makes us feel good, and what we want to have in our lives more of. And so that's my hope for this workshop.
Yeah, I love that. And I really want to explore that. How do you want to show up in relationship? Having them really, obviously, they're going to be vision casting and manifesting the person they want to bring in, how they want to feel, how they want to be for that person. But how do you want to show up? How do you want to communicate your needs when something isn't going right? How do you want to communicate when there's a conflict or when things are great, and be intentional about that? And I think there's something really powerful about being able to be in that space where you're thinking about how you're going to be presenting in that way and being the truest version of yourself and not trying to be someone that you think someone wants.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to also, I don't think we are going to share some tools to regulate yourself whenever you go into fight or flight, whenever you freeze, or whenever you're feeling like you're too intense. We're going to show you some techniques to either soothe or empower you. I'm not going to mention here, so you have to go into the workshop to listen to those.
And I love giving tools and tips. I think that's so important for having those little ways of managing when we start to doubt ourselves or we start to feel panicky. So I'm excited about that as well.
And that's everything. I mean, I know. So that's for me, whenever I'm spinning around, typically it's because I forgot to breathe, right? And Dr. Nancy is my personal holistic coach. So she gets to constantly just tell me, okay, before you do anything else, do this. And I think it's so important to learn what these techniques are because they're transformative. And it's not just with you meeting a partner. It's something that you can take into your actual life with everything you're attacking.
Absolutely. Whether it's your job, whether it's how you show up in your neighborhood. Yeah, everything can be enhanced by the things that we're going to be talking about next Saturday.
That's exciting.
So the other thing too is this idea of the M in the do the thing formula, my people. So there is something really special about being around my people, which are people that are wanting the same thing as you. And that's where the community and the connectedness really can grow from. And I thought we could just talk about that for a minute, because what we were planning on with this Zoom, because it's going to be a Zoom, not a Facebook Live like a lot of our calls are, because we want to be able to see everybody and have them really share what they're feeling. I'd love to just kind of hear what you guys think about that idea of us being able to do this over a Zoom together and to be able to really have this magical space where we're sharing what we're looking for, how we want to show up, having these alignment techniques and all these amazing things.
Some of the things that we were talking about earlier was how sometimes our brain doesn't catch up to how we're feeling. And you were saying that, Stacey, that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to really understand. Maybe not understand is the word, because you understand it, but more like feel it into yourself. What is it that you truly want? And having the community participate can give you some ideas, but also allows you to see perspectives and even dream bigger than you thought. I think that community is important because sometimes you even feel embarrassed about your wants or desires, and someone else mentions there, then you're like, okay, I guess I'm good. And it feels comfortable, I would say.
I love anytime we can invite people to find their voice and use it. I think it's just a really beautiful thing. And so I'm excited about the Zoom format and being able to talk about topics and then have people share out where they're at with that. Are they at the same place? And do they have different perspectives, like you said, Dr. Nancy? So I think this is going to be really cool.
And there's something also really cool just knowing by you sharing and you being vulnerable and being open, then that's actually you helping another person have that space for vulnerability and sharing. And I think that is what the magic is in the community, because as people are open and able to really express how they're feeling, it's opening the space up for other people to do it, which we're going now to, again, back to the do the thing formula and the E and educate, which is educating others. And that's really giving that level of contribution and fulfillment that we're all looking for.
Yeah, I like that. And I agree with that. When you create a safe space, then you can relax and you can start dreaming bigger. But if you are on an anxious mode or not feeling safe to protect your deepest wishes, then you can't think clearly. So I think that the space that you have created, Stacey, with this group, it feels like a really safe space. I keep seeing it on the comments, like, this is so accepting, this is so safe. So I think this is so beautiful. You created this community that feels that way.
I would agree. I think that the community is a very encouraging and open-minded community where there's no criticism. It's all about helping each other, giving each other a hand up, and knowing that we've all walked through fire and we're hopefully walking towards something better.
And I really like that you said that walking through fire thing, because I feel like when you're able to have a workshop like this, right, and be able to just take the space that you need from whatever it is that's happened to you in the past, this really gives that self-reflective time, but it's in a space where you don't feel alone, where you feel supported. And so there's something really, really cool about that too.
Absolutely.
Well, and then actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Deb, you're the perfect example of that educate others thing in the community, because, I mean, in so many ways, but one example I'm thinking of is when you did the Facebook Live after you went to that event. And I remember we had talked about that privately in the group, but that was a time that I actually needed to hear what you said. And it was just so cool to see how by you stepping up and being courageous and being able to share your experiences, it's helping. You don't know who's hearing that message at the moment that you need it the most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in all fairness, I wouldn't have done that had I not found you and the do the thing and I'm game formula. So it all webs together in this beautiful tapestry. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
I'd love to hear from you guys a little bit more on, we were touching on goals, what goals we want people to do through the vision workshop. What would be good goals for people to have during the vision casting workshop?
When I think of someone doing the vision board and the vision casting is for a relationship, this one, but it's honoring your needs and honoring your wants without tainting it with the pain of the past, and really knowing that it is possible to get what you want and being able to realize it and magnetize it, really feel it, that it is possible, and experience it in a way that is as if it's happening right now. That's what I envision for people to experience.
Yeah, I think to come with no expectations and just be open to encouragement to look at things from a different point of view, or to consider things you hadn't considered before, and take what resonates with you, take what you're ready for, and don't worry about perfection. We're just going to do the thing the best way that we can.
Do the thing the best way that we can, baby. Well, you ladies are amazing. You are definitely doing the thing. We literally did not plan on being on recording today and doing this expert panel, but it just felt alive. It felt alive for me. And I think it was great, because I think it'll help that. Understand a little bit more about what to expect. And I just think it's amazing when you get that opportunity, because it helps people maybe even not feel so scared about doing something when they understand what something is a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I love how you feel it in your heart, Stacey, and you're like, let's go. This feels alive. Let's do this. I love that. I love that. You're the example of doing the thing, for sure.
Absolutely.
100%.
And I'd love to just hear if you guys have anything else coming alive for you right now, just after our talk today, and just even the pre-talk and then during the episode that we've been doing right now.
I think that we don't dream enough and we need to dream more. And I would say that we're so busy doing, or maybe even putting information in our brains that we forget to daydream. So I want to invite the listener to daydream a little bit more.
I love that, Dr. Nancy. I just did a vision board workshop with a group of women, and I have to tell you that embarking on this journey with Stacey and Dr. Nancy is so exciting because it's a different element than what I'm used to. It's on Zoom as opposed to face, so that's different. And we each bring different experiences. So the workshop that's coming up is going to be so interesting and exciting, not only for participants, but I think for the three of us, we learn just along with you. And that's probably my favorite part of the Do the Thing is I am learning so much about myself and about the world around me and looking at different perspectives and being open. And that's what I would encourage all of you to do as well.
Yeah, agree with that.
Amazing. Oh my God, this is so great. You guys are so awesome. Okay. So
I love it. Thank you.
Oh, and for the people watching, can you guys just share about yourselves so they know who you are and what your background is? Just a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a holistic coach. I have a doctorate in psychology. I'm a retired psychologist, and I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and to aligning them to their spiritual gifts and tuning into their potentiality. You can find me on social media, Dr. Nancy Andrade, or nancydandrade.com. It's my website as well.
And you have a new podcast, right?
Yes. It is Holistic Being, Holistic Being, which is all guided. All that information is guided, and it's available in all platforms and YouTube as well.
I'm Debb Lins, and I'm located near Madison, Wisconsin. Hopefully we're done having snow now. I don't know. We had snow, I think, again last weekend. So I'm so done. Anyway, I opened up my private practice as a child and family therapist here in downtown Lake Mills, Wisconsin. And I love working with all ages and all sorts of mental health issues. I'm really about ending the stigma around asking for help when you are struggling. I also have a podcast called Opening Doors, and my child and family therapy office is called Opening Doors Together. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and my website is www.openingdoorstogether.com.
So the workshop's coming up April 15th. If you have not registered yet, it's just an event in the singles community. So make sure you register. It's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you do the time zone math because that is not my specialty. And we were excited to have you guys join us and do the thing with us because there are some do the thing components that we're excited to share as well. So we're excited to have you guys. And for the listeners, don't forget, do the thing. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it.